No, you're not that hungover, though you probably are hungover. Morgan has not magically transformed into
bearded white man.
This bearded white man. No, this is Sam the Video Monkey. He is finally behind, or away from behind the camera. This is now him here, and it's a rare moment, you know. Usually,
yeah, usually don't come out.
No, usually don't come out of his cage. So special New Year's treat for everybody here. It is the first week of the new year. We've got new comics for you to start off, and let's start with an oldie but goodie. This has not been collected in years and years and years. This is one of Steve Gerber's best works that I really personally enjoyed, called Hard Time, which was about a kid who was caught in kind of a Columbine-like massacre, where he was the perpetrator, and they sent him to jail. They tried him as an adult, though, and in prison he found out he had superpowers. So it's kind of him going around exercising people and beating the crap out of inmates, and basically just trying to be like a 15-year-old boy and not get raped continuously. But it's really cool art by Brian Hurt, who does Sixth Gun right now, and this is the second trade, which the first one came out, I don't know, like 6 years ago. So if you've been waiting 6 years, it's finally here.
Sounds like your kind of book.
Yeah, you know. Prison
violence, prison rape.
Prison rape. Oh.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
One of my picks this week is the new Batman Inc. After last month's Damian.
Yes.
666.
Damian 666, very good.
That issue was
Batman.
awesome.
Yeah.
Probably that might have been one of my favorites of this
that first one was the best of that initial Grant Morrison run.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just
and
badass.
I'm really enjoying this book overall.
Chris Burnham blowing it out of the park every week, and it's like the best Batman book on the rack. I mean, really.
It's definitely the most interesting.
Certainly, it's the weirdest.
It's Grant Morrison.
Yeah. Yep.
Pretty much.
Also this week, Space Godzilla! Space Godzilla! Oh, James Stokoe.
Oh, James Stokoe.
And his love of crystals. Stokoe is channeling his inner Mobius here to make giant gradiently colored pink and purple crystals here for your enjoyment. I mean, I just opened up to a random page, and it's just like Godzilla Wet Dream, and are those crystal private parts? They might be. But, you know, that might just be my dirty mind. But there's Mecha Godzilla in this one. Shut up. Shut up. Do you see that Mecha Godzilla? Mecha Godzilla.
I don't even want to look
at it. Oh my god,
it.
buy this comic.
It's too pretty.
Buy it. So amazing. Number
like
4 out of 5. So close to being
done.
done.
Buy a couple so you can tear pages out and hang them on your wall.
That's
it's gorgeous.
It is. It is.
Let's see. My pick of the week.
So this may look like Punk Rock Jesus number 3, but we're going to all pretend that it is Punk Rock Jesus number 6, which is what's coming out this week. Little shipping snafu with the holiday and whatnot.
Understandable.
Understandable, but it's Sean Murphy. It's the 6th issue.
It's the last issue.
The last issue.
It's V for Vendetta-esque media, IRA, Christian
propaganda,
extremists.
Yeah, all filtered through a rock concert.
Yeah,
which
if you're not reading this, read this.
Yes, Punk Rock Jesus.
Buy them all.
Like 3 of our picks for the best miniseries of the year. I mean, it's like Sam's favorite book.
It's right up there.
Yeah,
it's
Punk Rock Jesus.
Sean Murphy.
Yes, yes. One from last week, because there was only a couple things. Hit Flask, Ouroboros. This is part of the Elephant Men universe, which is basically Blade Runner with anthropomorphic war machines. They were hippos and elephants and rhinoceroses and all sorts of other animals that were bred for war. And what do you do after the war is done? Well, you become a private detective, I guess. You know, or an evil businessman, or whatever. But the art here is by Jose Ladrone, who recently finished the final Incal in Europe and is finally following up his, I want to say 2004 or 2005 miniseries that he did with Joe Casey for this, that kind of started the Elephant Men world. And it's like $5 for 48 pages worth of Ladrone art, pulp science fiction, badass Blade Runner-y goodness. Highly recommended. Highly recommended.
Also highly recommended, Adventure Time.
Not just Adventure Time, but Fiona and Cake Adventure Times.
They need to do this with more comics,
They
or
do.
TV shows, or anything in general. Just switch sexes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, who'd have thought that such like a goofy, you know, throwaway idea, such like somebody doing a pinup or whatever, would turn into the most popular story that they have.
Yeah,
And
the show, the comic, all of it is fun.
it's all weird, it's all bizarre, you know, it's a #1. All the #1s for Adventure Time have sold out like crazy. So if you're wanting to get some Adventure Time, you get your Fiona and Cake on. #1.
Swords, cats,
Cake.
cake,
Cupcakes.
all sorts of shenanigans.
Yeah.
As Adventure Time is quite known for.
Definitely. From Joe Kubert this week. This is the very dark side of Joe Kubert. Usually you think of Joe Kubert, you think of Tarzan, you're thinking Sergeant Rock, you're thinking Hawkman. This is horror stuff. This has tentacles, this has violence, this has blood, and it's all in a very, very nice package. I think this is Fantagraphics, as, you know, who else would you expect from such a nice book. The colors are really great, you know, I mean, just a great, great master of comics who passed away this year. I mean, this is, what is this, $40, uncensored Joe Kubert. You know, this is a really good addition to anybody's Joe Kubert library.
They've been putting out a lot of his stuff recently.
Hey, you die and
you die
boom.
And
there it goes.
that's good though.
It is.
It's good to be able to get that kind of stuff.
It is. Everybody except Mobius. He dies and we still don't get shit. Whatever. It's Mobius.
We've got Volume 2 of Fatale.
Fatale.
Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips.
Look at that cover.
Just
It's so nice. The
those
colors on that.
Tentacles, more tentacles.
Tentacles.
If you're into tentacles, this is
This is the
week
book
for you.
right?
We've got tentacles. We've got
Yeah, this
Just-
story arc
and-
has been, it took place in 70s in LA. There's cults, there's all sorts of porn stars and drug addicts and failed actors. It's just, I liked it more than the first story arc. This was just
I love
phenomenal.
the
This
first
book
one.
is amazing. You know, anything Brubaker and Phillips do, it's, you know, buy it.
yeah, it's
Buy
worth
it.
checking out at least
Yeah.
and seeing if you're interested in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice H.P. Lovecrafty kind of stuff.
Very much. And the new issue, number 11, is out, starting the third story arc, which is standalone issues. So if you pick that up, you can go right on with the new issues. From last week as well, we have a new book called Mara from Brian Wood and Ming Doyle. And this is kind of a Hunger Games-esque type of thing where the entire world, the entire country, the United States, has been at war for many years, and the way they kind of found peace was through this universal sport, which is kind of like the Hunger Games thing, and this woman Mara is the epitome of the athletes for this, and it's all filtered through corporate sponsorship, and like they upload different things and monetize them, and it's all very futuristic and hip and
Standard.
tweety and, you know, that type of thing. But the colors, really, really nice colors by Jordi Belair. This looks very fun, you know, future kind of sports stuff. This looks very cool. Brian Wood.
Sporty.
Sporty. Not Sporty Spice, but
Unfortunate. She
unfortunately.
kind of looks like Sporty.
She does look like Sporty Spice.
Let's see, we have New Avengers #1.
New Avengers. The second of Jonathan Hickman's big new master plan for the Avengers. The Avengers #1 was amazing.
#1 and #2.
Number 1 and 2 were just, yeah, massive. And it's really cool. That one's got more of a bigger scale with all the Avengers, and this is focusing more on the Illuminati, which is Reed Richards, Black Panther, Black Bolt, a couple other people, but all very shady, high-power men in the Marvel Universe. Doctor Strange as well, and they basically do things and keep secrets that get them in trouble. But Black Panther's leading this time, and usually he's smart, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, this will be...
Yeah, Steve Epping does the art, coming off of Captain America.
Yeah.
Should be cool.
I'm liking what Jonathan Hickman's
Yeah,
doing
Jonathan
with
Hickman
the
does
Avengers,
amazing
so
stuff. There's
it'll
nothing
be-
that Jonathan Hickman does that's not awesome. And a special profit issue this week. It is by Simon Roy, and Simon Roy alone, the artist for the first story arc, who also writes and draws his own stuff, which is really good. And this is all about a female clone of Prophet. This was, she was in the very first issue. At the end, the people who were watching John walk away were these kind of strange I don't know. I don't even know what you call them. They look like little mini Bioshock type of things, almost.
Oh, little, yeah.
You know, but yeah, and
baddies.
Simon Roy does the whole thing. There's all sorts of weird, creepy, crawly, you know, animals, insects, lots of insects in this one. But yeah, I mean, it's Prophet. It's friggin' amazing. And
When do we not talk about Prophet?
When do we not talk about Prophet? This is true. This is true.
Whenever we have a chance.
Every time. Every time. And now, because Morgan is not with us, there's one book this week that he just really, he made sure, he called me and was like, I need you to talk about this.
I know I can't make it,
but
I want this to be covered, basically.
Yeah. And that is the second issue of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. The first issue, just gone. Sold out. Super fast.
Yeah,
people.
I think I came in at 11. They were gone.
Yeah, no, at like 11 is a lot. People like coming out of the woodwork to get this. This one is actually already out of print. What we have is what we have. That's gonna be it. So you know.
So
get your My Little Pony frenzy on.
Talk to Morgan. He probably has about 4 in his box.
Yeah. Morgan put a bunch aside. So I mean, if you're nice and you prove your kind of brony knowledge, maybe he'll sell you one of his copies. But I don't know. He's pretty stingy. He usually collects all the covers.
Yeah. But he's all over it.
Yeah, and it's written by Katie Cook, who's a indie cartoonist who's been doing clearly pretty well, and it's gonna spin off more My Little Pony stuff. But yeah, you know you can.
Yeah, looks like ponies. It's not as glittery.
No, it's
as
not as glittery.
The last issue.
Yeah, but you know you can only have so much glitter.
Yeah, maybe issue 3 we'll get a little more glitter.
Maybe issue 3. And with that, that's the stuff this week. And, yeah, have a great Happy New Year. I really want to thank Sam for coming on this side of the camera. It was fun and enjoyable.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, I mean, the smell is a bit much, you know, the monkey smell. It's tough. I might have to move over next time.
I didn't fling my poop at you
it's
this
true.
time.
You know, good.
Next,
There's no
maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
Hopefully we'll cut it before we get to that
The poop
point.
flinging. Great. Thanks, guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.